All right, a lot of platforms are making noise trying to claim the top spot for 2026, but there's one name that just keeps popping up: Casino Buddies. I'm your host, and with me is our resident strategist. Today, we're not just looking at the marketing. Oh no, we are doing a full, independent audit to see if this platform actually has what it takes. Let's dive in. So this is the big question, isn't it? Does it really live up to all the chatter? We're here to put the claims to the test and find out if it genuinely earns the title of the best non-GameStop site for the year ahead. You know, a site that operates outside the UK's self-exclusion program. So, what's the big idea here? What's the main draw? Well, it all really boils down to one very powerful concept: the promise of completely unrestricted gaming. It's a huge deal, especially for international players who are looking for an escape from some of those heavily regulated markets.
I mean, if you've ever played on a UKGC licensed site, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The frustrations are real. Those mandatory spin delays, the bans on popular features like bonus buys, it can just feel like you're playing with one hand tied behind your back. Casino Buddies is built on the complete opposite idea, letting you play the game exactly as the developer created it.
Let's be specific about what that freedom actually looks like. First off, we're talking about no mandatory 2.5-second delay between your spins. You can play at your own pace. Second, all those bonus buy features, they are fully enabled. And this last one is a big one for a lot of people. Credit card deposits, Visa, MasterCard, even American Express are all supported. These aren't small things, they are major attractions. Okay, now for the part that grabs all the headlines, that massive welcome bonus. On paper, it looks absolutely incredible, but we all know the real story is always hiding in the terms and conditions. I'm handing this one over to our strategist to audit the numbers. So what did you find? The number you see plastered everywhere is this one, a gigantic 777% welcome package, which they value up to 7,777 euros. It's a huge, impressive figure for sure, but the real question is, what does that actually mean for your money? And this is where we have to get a little technical, but trust me, it is incredibly important. The wagering requirement is 35x, but, and this is the part you need to hear, it only applies to the bonus funds. This is what's called a non-sticky or parachute bonus. So here's the bottom line, the thing you absolutely need to remember. Your own cash is never locked up. You play with your real money first. If you get a big win early on, you can just forfeit the bonus and cash out immediately. This is a huge, huge strategic advantage compared to those other bonuses that lock your deposit and bonus together right from the very first spin. Okay, building on that very player-friendly structure, the next thing we put under the microscope was the cashback offer. And, just like the welcome bonus, the real value isn't a big number they advertise, it's the terms that come with it. The offer itself is pretty straightforward. You get 10% weekly cash back on any net losses. It's calculated for you and credited automatically every single Monday. It's a really solid, reliable perk. But this is the most important part. 0. Wagering. This is not bonus money with a bunch of strings attached. This is real, actual, withdrawable cash. No playthrough, no hoops to jump through. In today's market, that is unbelievably rare and incredibly valuable. Look, promises and bonuses are great, but a platform is only as good as its ability to handle your money, getting it in, and more importantly, getting it out. So we did a deep dive on the banking and the actual payout speeds. So here's the hard data from our audit. The real standout here is crypto. If you're using Bitcoin, Ethereum, or USDT, once your withdrawal is approved, you're looking at a processing time of just 12 minutes to 2 hours. That is seriously fast. And for all methods, the limits are definitely high roller friendly, 5,000 euros a day and $20,000 a month. Excellent breakdown. So the financial side is solid. The structure is sound. But what about the reason we're all here? The entertainment. A casino is nothing without great games. Let's take a look inside the library. And the first thing that hits you is just the sheer scale of it. The library has over 11,000 titles. With a number that big, variety is pretty much guaranteed. You're going to find everything from the latest slots to a massive live dealer section. But you and I both know a huge number doesn't mean anything if the quality isn't there. And the list of providers here is basically a who's who of the best in the business. No Limit City, Hacksaw, Pragmatic Play, and of course, Evolution Gaming for the live casino. This means you are getting the best, most popular, and most volatile games out there. And I'm going to jump in here with a crucial technical point. We actually checked the RTP, the return to player, on some of the biggest slots. This platform uses the highest uncensored 96% plus settings from the developers. Some other operators quietly use lower RTP versions of the exact same games, so seeing this is a really strong sign of a fair setup.
All right, let's pull all of this together. We've audited the freedom, we've broken down the bonuses, we've checked the banking, and we've toured the game library. So, after all that, what is our final verdict for 2026?
The verdict really comes down to a very clear trade-off. On one hand, what you gain is pretty significant. You get that true gaming freedom, you get bigger and better structured bonuses, and you get higher TPs. On the other hand, what you need to be aware of is that this all operates under an international license, and it comes with what's called a light KYC, or Know Your Customer process. It means less paperwork up front, but it's also a different regulatory world than you might be used to.
And that really brings us to our main conclusion. This platform isn't trying to be for everybody. It has been specifically engineered for a savvy, experienced player. We're talking about someone who gets the difference between these regulatory environments and is actively looking for the kind of freedom that comes with accepting this trade-off.
So in the end, it really all comes down to this one simple question you have to ask yourself. As a player, what's your top priority? Is it the unrestricted freedom to play exactly how you want, with better terms and faster games? Or is it the familiar structure and safety net of a more regulated market? Your answer to that question will tell you everything